Wow, okay. I don't know what's happening here. Hello everyone and welcome back to more Cinderella Phenomenon. We are back for more Waltz's route. Yes, we are back in the second episode, chapter 5, beginnings of chapter 5, or Waltz's route, where we started in the last episode on his route, and essentially what was happening that led up to this point. I honestly cannot remember. Anyway, so what happened was that we started off on Waltz's route, back in the tavern again, and back in the margin, I guess I should say. And of course, we were asking for Waltz's help, and then getting into his route officially, we found out a lot of things from him. Very early on, we found out that he was like a witch and that he was cursed by another powerful witch, aka our mother. And we also found out about the basic knowledge of how his curse works. So again, of course, since we never brushed up on our fairy tale stories, we got the story from Waltz saying how he has the Neverland curse, and how it works is that it's based off of Peter Pan and Neverland and Tinkerbell, whatever the hell that story, and how Neverland is a place where Peter Pan and Tinkerbell lives, and that's where the people don't grow up and kids don't grow up, and that's why he's stuck in this little boy body, and he's actually 22, and we're like, what? You look like you're 12 years old, and he's like, yeah, what moisturizer do you use? You look so young, girl. Anyway, so we found out about that, the backstory of his not backstory of his curse, but the curse of which his story was based on, as well as how to break it, in which he said, I need to find a family heirloom box called Neverland in order to unlock my shadow with the Tinkerbell key, and that's how he breaks his curse, except he's never been able to find it, no matter how long he searched. And then that's that. And of course, along the way, we're trying to learn how to be good and how to be kind. Waltz takes us along to do his puppet shows, and that's where we kind of see, what he does on a daily basis. He works with, he's really gifted with puppets and storytelling, and it's sort of it gets us exposed to interacting with children, and sort of getting, to a little bit more of an innocent sort of letting loose sort of side to us, in which we play hide and seek with the children. We kind of enjoyed it a little, and blah 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 blah. And we also from that we learn from that Waltz was part of our childhood. He was our childhood friend, and he told us that story and how we used to always sneak out of the palace when we were younger to go play with the kids in town, and we befriended him when we were young. But we of course didn't recall any of this memory. We're like, that's impossible. I would have remembered you. We were never friends, kind of thing, or else I would have remembered. But he's like, well, that's because your mom sort of erased parts of your memories, and that's why you don't remember me. And she was like, I don't believe you. So then, of course, Hannah's like, I don't believe you. So she goes on her way, and of course, eventually, at some point, she starts to believe him, because after every show and after every time they go out to town, he would buy her stuff that would remind her of promises that they made in her childhood, and he's slowly fulfilling promises that he kept for her. But then she never was able to fulfill, because she went missing or something. Oh no, he didn't went missing, but she sort of forgot about him in that sort of way. So we sort of bonded over that, and slowly that's what convinced us, because he seems to know us so well. And then I don't know what happens here, what led up to this point. We were, I think, yeah, I have no idea. I honestly forgot what the hell happened here that led up to this point in which we're getting ambushed by a dude, and I'm pretty sure it's freaking Varg. Varg makes his reappearance again, and so yeah, that's it. So I think I'm gonna move along for the story for now. I'm so sorry, you guys. I can't really recall how we made it up to this point, but let's continue the story, and maybe I will remember then. So the man starts walking toward us slowly. Waltz moves to stand in front of me. Yes. Princess, stay close to me. Okay. Yes, there he is, our man Varg. Of course it's him. Good evening, Princess Hannah. Yes. A good evening to you too, Peter Pan. Oh, hello. Yes, he knows about your curse. The man drops into an elegant bow. Okay, so allow me to introduce myself. My name is Varg. Yes, we just got done with your route not too long ago. What do you want, Varg? How do you know who we are? Well, he's cursed too. I'd love to stay and chat, but I have more important things to do. Yes, taking us back to the palace, of course. The princess is coming with me. Okay. Varg takes one long stride toward us. Nope. He taps the cane he is holding onto the ground. A surge of light emanates from the cane, then flares out toward us. Oh, that's, yeah, his OP cane is back. Princess, go back to the marchand. Hurry. Waltz starts toward Varg before I can stop him. Oh, God. Varg raises his cane and twists it in one sharp movement. The light abruptly changes direction and slams into Waltz's side, throwing him some distance away. Okay, that's Waltz. Oh, God. Before I can step away, Varg has lifted me into his arms. He grins at me, almost wolfishly, before darting away from Waltz. Oh, no, we're getting kidnapped. No. Princess. Oh, God. We got kidnapped so easily. Oh, let me go. No can do, Princess. I let you go when things will get messy. What do you want from me? Are you, I cannot even say the word. My blood runs cold as I consider the situation. Are you a witch? No, he's not. That I am not, yes. And you expect me to believe you? You just used magic back there. Well, he's magical cane. I guess I did. Let me go. I squirm in his arms, attempting to kick and push him away from me. Varg abruptly stops with a grunt to let me down. This is my chance. Kick him in the nuts. I start to bolt away from him, but he quickly grabs my wrist and pulls me back. Wow, not so fast. Get your hands off of me. Don't touch me. I'm not here to hurt you, Princess. After what you did to Waltz, he leans in toward me until he can look me in the eyes. He was in the way. Besides, it's not like I killed him. Varg begins walking again, this time pulling me with him. I tried to break away from his iron grip but fail. Where are you taking me? To the palace? Back to where you truly belong. Yes, the palace. If there's one thing I've learned from the fairy tales, it's that a princess belongs in a palace. I am unable to stop the gasp that leaves my lips. Like, how do you know who I am? He stops and turns to me. You've been away from home for far too long, Princess. Don't you want to go back? I do want to go home, but I am not welcome there anymore. At least not while I'm still cursed, right? Release her! Unhand her! Is that karma? Varg releases me just in time to block a sword strike that comes out of the darkness of the trees. Yay, karma! Tis kinda annoying. I could say the same thing about you. I back away as the two trade blows. Varg uses his cane to defend himself against the man that just emerged from the trees. That man, he's the one who was with Waltz, the man with the sword that helped save me from the bandits all those months ago. Yes. There is something graceful in the way the man moves as he swings his sword at Varg. He almost looks like he's dancing. The stranger continues swiping the sword, eventually gaining enough leverage to force Varg back. He moves so quickly that it takes all of Varg's reflexes simply to block his slashes. They're so fast. Dang. Varg takes a few steps back and keeps a safe distance from the stranger. Impressive. The man gives Varg a lopsided smile as he points his sword at him. The two of them temporarily frozen as they each wait for the other to move first. You're not too bad yourself. Wait, is that? It's Karma, yes! Now that he has stopped, I have a better look at him. I can see that the stranger's features are uncannily similar to Karma's. Karma? But is it really him? Yes, it is. Oh, Waltz, oh my god, are you okay? Princess, are you okay? I turn my head to see Waltz and Delora rushing toward me. How did you find me? Delora used her magic to track you down. Thankfully, no other witches beat us here. Yeah. Well, yeah, Mythos isn't here. Waltz halts in front of me while Delora advances toward the two men. Oh, Delora, I have missed you. What a tragic end you had faced in the Prince's route. So what do we have here? Delora, right? Can't say that it's a pleasure to meet you. I have to compliment you all. You did an impressive job hiding the princess from us. It took a while to finally track her down. Okay, finding your so-called tavern was difficult, you know, but I got lucky. How does he know about the tavern? Yes, how does he know? No sooner are the words out of Varg's mouth that the swordman is suddenly upon him again, posed to attack. Oh, Varg blocks his sword a second too late and is forced to back away, clutching his now bloody arm. Okay, well, you talk too much. I still can't figure it out as Karma, girl. Oh my god. Sorry, I shouldn't have forgotten my manners in front of royalty. Ooh, all he knows who he is, too. Varg's gaze turns to Delora, a smirk somehow still on his face despite his injury. Yes, you have quite an interesting bunch with you, witch. Yes. How about joining us instead? We could always use more witches like yourself. No. Thanks, but no thanks. Yeah. No. Too bad. Varg turns to look at me. He holds out a hand and gestures me toward him. No. Why would I follow you? No. Come with me, princess. You know you don't belong here. Hey, now, who are you to tell me that? I clench my hands into fists as I shake my head. Your mother won't be very happy with your decision, princess, especially after all she's done to make sure you'll be a suitable heir. Mother. Oh, is she learning how, like, oh yes. Oh, is she resurrected? Oh, no, not possible. But she's still alive, though. She's probably sleeping in her crystal. What are you talking about? Yeah, but Bark ignores me as he raises his cane. Okay, sorry to leave the party so quickly, but I'll be back soon enough for you, princess. Okay, bye. Next time, whether you like it or not, you'll be coming with me. Ugh. I'm not done with you. Oh, well, he's gone anyways. Delora throws her hands up, beginning to gather light in her palms, but Varg has already brought his cane down on the ground. There he goes. Thick smoke envelops the area, making my eyes water. When the smoke clears, Varg is gone. Delora huffs in annoyance as she lowers her arms back down to her sides. To think that those witches are using a human to do their dirty work. What was that cane he was carrying? I look up at the stranger, who has sheathed his sword and is walking toward where Waltz, Delora, and I are standing. It's an enchanted item. That cane can be infused with a spell that allows Varg to use magic. Limited magic, but powerful enough to make him dangerous. Oh, okay. Well, it is far easier for a human to explore the kingdom without anyone getting suspicious. The stranger stands closer for me. The stranger stands close enough for me to get a proper look at his face. I can no longer deny the resemblance I saw earlier. Karma, is that really you? Yes, it is. Hi, Karma. You have good eyes, darling. Yes, so this is what Karma looks like as a man? Why does he need to disguise himself as a woman? Because women flock to him. I open my mouth to ask the question when I'm interrupted by Waltz's hand on my shoulder. Are you hurt anywhere? No. Excuse me. I turn to Waltz and freeze when I notice the dried blood on his forehead. Hey, you're bleeding! Yeah, you're bleeding. I'll be fine. Tis a flesh wound. I step back and realize that Waltz is standing oddly, favoring one leg to the other. Have you broken your ankle? Oh my god. Varg must have hurt him badly. You shouldn't have come here. We have to go back now. We have to go back. We must go back. We need to treat your injury. And of course, yes, I also need to tell you guys that I've been fucking up. Yeah, I screwed up on a couple of his choices a lot. It's very, like, I don't know, it was very random sort of choices, but like the more obvious one I feel like I got, but again, it's like those, you know, the ones where it's like on surface level, it's like, oh yeah, it means, you know, I should do this, but then as the scene plays out after you make your choice, it's like, oh, is that what it was? It's like, god damn it. Like, especially that one time where it's like we were watching the play, the puppet show, and this little kid kind of grabbed our dress and we're like, he's wrinkling our dress, what should we do? And there was this one where it's like, just let him stay there, or like, you know, just, you know, take his hand away kind of thing. And at the end, when all that is said and done, I said to like just leave him because like he wasn't doing any harm other than wrinkling our dress. But then Waltz comes up to us, he's like, oh yeah, that kid that was by you was like, he looks pretty scared, and you know, why didn't you hold his hand? I was like, what? How was I supposed to know I was gonna hold his hand when it meant, when that's the choice, when the choice said to like, you know, take his hand or, you know, brush his hand off? Wait, I don't even know. Anyways, whatever. So you shouldn't have come here. We have to go back now. I frown as I study Waltz's wound. We have to go back to the margin now. Yeah, you need to have your wounds checked. Yeah, this is nothing. I'm just glad you're not hurt. Stop worrying about me. You're the one in need of medical attention. I cannot keep the edge from my voice when I speak. Waltz's expression falls. I'm sorry, princess. I didn't mean to... Ugh. Yeah, girl, you're in bad shape. Am I not... And also, why do I have a feeling that, like, most of the choices is like, based on the fact that I shouldn't treat him as a child, even though he looks like one? But, like, still, it's like, I'm just concerned, okay? I fret over a lot of people, okay? No matter the age. Waltz's expression suddenly twists as he doubles over, his eyes glazed in pain. Yeah, see? You don't look so hot. Waltz! Delora catches one of Waltz's arms, supporting him as she turns to address both Karma and I. We should return to the margin. Rumple needs to see to Waltz's injuries. Right, exactly. Rumple. Yes, he's a doctor. I'll explain everything once we're back. Really? Was I not supposed to? But I felt like the other answer was too harsh. It's like, you shouldn't have come here. Like, why are you here? Kind of thing. Delora calls for Rumple as soon as we arrive at the margin. Or unless it's like in a roundabout way where it's like, you shouldn't have come here. You should have went back to the margin and like, get yourself treated. I don't know. I don't know anymore. Whatever. Delora calls for Rumple as soon as we arrive at the margin. When Rumple enters the reception area, he is clearly distraught by Waltz's injuries. What happened? He got thrown. Heal first, explain later. Yeah, I expect Rumple to object, and I'm surprised when he does nothing more than nod. Carefully, Rumple leads Waltz back to his room so he can be treated. Delora looks in the direction Rumple and Waltz have gone with a thoughtful look on her face. We're lucky that we have Rumple here with us. Anise is good with herbs and small wounds, but Rumple has experience with more serious injuries. Experience? What are you talking about? He's a doctor. Remember his curse? Rumple is not the only one who does not remember who he is. None of the townsfolk remember his name either. Okay, but what about those with the curse? Yeah, but what about those with the curse? Shouldn't they at least still be able to remember his name? Nope. Rumple is an exception to the rule, and as he is with many things, in his case, not a single person can remember his name. Funny thing is, they can still recognize him. He ran into someone who called him a doctor today. Even just hearing it brought a memory back. Yes. He's gotten one of the chapters of his journal back now. He is quite a proficient doctor. He is quite the proficient doctor. He collects his journal pages by retrieving memories from others that still remember him. What a strange curse. Indeed. My eyes wander around the reception area, and I notice that someone is missing. Where's Karma? Don't worry about him. He's probably changing now. Oh, I do not understand why Karma is so secretive about his reasons for wearing a disguise. It's because he don't want... yeah, that's true though, because like, we are not affected by his curse, so it's like, what's the issue? I don't know. I am about to ask Delora if she knows any of the specifics of Karma's curse when the door to the reception area is thrown open. Oh, Anise. Princess. Yes, hello. I am surprised when Anise suddenly throws her arms around me. She pulls me into a tight hug. I was so worried about you. Thank goodness you're safe. Oh, right, okay. Never mind. Okay, I remember what happened that led up to that point. Okay, so what led up to the point of Varg attacking us was that we were in the toy shop with Waltz because he wanted to get stuff for his puppets, and then we kept seeing like this father and daughter who was like at the toy shop, and the daughter wanted this really expensive teddy bear. Of course, they can't afford it, but the second time we were at the toy shop, we saw the father again, and he was kind of looking to see what kind of gifts he wanted to get for her birthday, and we overheard that. Except he still couldn't afford the teddy bear, and so he got her something else. But then we're like, no, it needs to be special. Like the daughter wanted specifically that teddy bear, so we basically spent all our money to buy this teddy bear, and then we kind of lost the father because he went out way earlier, and then of course Waltz tries to chase us down, and we're like, there's no time to explain, I must find this father and give the present to him. And so we searched around town, and eventually it got really dark, and we were giving up until we saw, like, off to the side, this little house that, the father came back, and the daughter ran out to greet him in time for their little birthday party. And then so that's how we managed to find the father, and that's how we managed to give him the gift. And we're like, yeah, just take it. It's like, and of course the little girl's like, are you my fairy godmother? And we're like, yes, of course. We played along with it, and then yeah, that was it. That was how we were out late at night in the middle of the town, and that's after the whole incident when they went into their own house again. We gave them the gift, and we were heading back, and that's when we got ambushed. There we go. I remember now. It's coming back to me. Anyways, okay, let's continue. So Niece, you're worried. How sweet of you. So she pulls away and begins to wipe at tears that have sprung to her eyes. Oh girl, why are you crying? Why are you crying? Because I was worried about you, silly. Aw, she was really so worried she'd cry? Why? Because I'm intensely aware of the awkwardness of the situation. Thank you for worrying about me. Yeah. Ooh, I had thought the words might do something to ease her worries, but her sobbing only grows louder. She's like, oh my god, you thanked me, and you're being so nice. What is happening? Anise? I'll get you something warm to drink. Oh, you're gonna get me hot chocolate? I stare off after Anise before I turn to Delora. Before I turn to look at Delora worriedly. Did I say the wrong thing? Quite the opposite, actually. You made her very happy. I did, but she was crying. They're called tears of joy, princess. I'd be overwhelmed too if you were suddenly nice to me. Miracles tend to bring people to tears. Yeah. Haha. I just said thank you. Well, that's a big, huge step, That was a kindness in and of itself. No wonder she's so happy. I was being kind? Oh, and congratulations, princess. I see that you managed to complete your first good deed. Oh, hey! My hand moves instinctively to my pendant. I clutch at the new piece that hangs there. Yay, I knew you could do it. Thank you. Dolores smiles warmly. For some reason, it makes me feel strangely proud. Oh, it's Parfait. Parfait walks into the room, startling us both. It has been 2 weeks since I last saw her. Her face is ashen. Yeah, Jesus Christ, you look like hell. Parfait? You know that continuously using your magic takes a toll on your body. I have no choice. The witches. Her voice trails off as her eyes meet Delora's. Parfait and Delora look at each other solemnly. The tension in the room mounts as they continue to stare at each other without uttering a word. Eventually, Parfait's eyes wander to me. Keeping her in the dark won't make the situation any better, Delora. Oh, you're gonna tell me? Parfait moves toward me, but her knees buckle. Before I can react, Delora is already at her side, supporting her. Oh gosh. Parfait, you need to rest. I'll take care of this. Right? Just sit down, girl. No, she needs to hear from the both of us. Girl, we could sit down and talk. God. Oh, what is going on? We wanted to tell you about this later, but we can no longer afford to wait. Delora helps Parfait to a chair. I tentatively take a seat opposite the two of them. We're going to tell you the whole truth of the situation. Yes, the whole truth. Yes. Delora sighs before she eventually speaks. Yeah. Do you know why I cursed you, princess? Some twisted sense of mischief? No. Oh, no. No. Girl, don't. That's not the whole reason. Yes. We need you to change your ways, princess, to change how you see the world. If we didn't do something, you were going to end up as merciless and cold-hearted as your mother. What are you talking about? Yes. My eyes go to Parfait, but she doesn't meet my gaze. Hildyr, your mother, was not always so cruel. Parfait's eyes look wet, as if she's about to cry. Why are you speaking as if you knew her? Because she does. She was my friend. Long before she was the queen, Hildyr was like a sister to me. But she changed when the witch hunt started. What does the witch hunt have to do with Mother? Because Mother was a witch, and that therefore makes you a witch. Parfait does not meet my eyes, but Delora is looking right at me. Your mother was a witch, Hana, the most powerful of the witches, in fact. Yeah. Hildyr was a Tenebrarian bearer. My heart drops into the pit of my stomach. No, that is impossible. I have never saw her use magic or seen her use magic. She cannot be a witch. That's what she wanted you to believe, right? You cannot keep something like that a secret. Yeah, you can. If you try hard enough, you can keep anything a secret, right? Exactly, even from your own family. But how? Delora pauses for a long moment before she speaks. She erased your memory. Yeah, she erased your memories, Hana. The air leaves my lungs as I struggle to remain calm. Waltz said that Mother ordered my memories to be erased, but are they saying that it was Mother herself who erased my memories? Yes. Jagged pieces of memory and thought begin to snap together in my mind. She needed you obedient and compliant. Whenever you acted out, she took that memory of disobedience from you. Oh, and it didn't take long at all to mold you into her perfect and unquestioning little doll. I grip my dress without realizing my hands are shaking. Then I do know, Waltz. Mother really did erase my memories of him. Yes. How much of my childhood did I lose? All of it. Hildyr cherished humans before. She was kind and selfless. She was devoted to maintaining the balance between the Lucis and the Tenebrarium. But Hans, yeah. Delora moves to place a gentle hand on Parfait's shoulder. It's not your fault. I trusted him too much. Ooh, he swore that they would only be stories, small fantasies to share with his children. Hildyr wanted to turn him away, but I disagreed. I allowed Hans to weave his tales about witches and fairies. Fairy tales? Yeah. Delora nods. Yeah. Hans's fairy tales became hugely popular, and in practically every single one of his stories, it was a witch who was bad and a fairy who was good. Yeah, to add insult to injury, it was well known that Hans had been welcomed by the Lucis bearer, but not by the Tenebrarium bearer. Yeah. The humans took that information and their imaginations ran wild. Hildyr and I went to Hans to beg him to tell the truth, but it was too late. No matter what Hans said, everyone believed that he was being threatened by the witches. I don't think he ever meant for things to get so out of hand either. Jesus. When the king at that time, your grandfather, also voiced his negative opinions on witches, he only added fuel to the fire. Jesus, guys, only stories, but I guess that's like, in a roundabout way, like, a metaphor of, like, what's it called? A comparison to rumors, I guess. So, like, rumors, even though they are false, they can spread like wildfire and have anybody and everybody believe in them. So it's just like, it's the same thing with, like, I guess these fairy tale stories. It was as if he was giving humans permission to carry on with their witch genocide. Yeah. And we could do nothing to defend ourselves. We were bound by our oath to never hurt a living soul. That is until Hildyr was like, fuck it. The witch hunt lasted for years. Most of us were slaughtered. All witches are bound to the Tenebrarium bearer through the Tenebrarium itself. Yes, Hildaya felt each of the deaths like it was her own. It drove her mad. And she broke our oath. She killed the king, your grandfather. Damn! She went for the big guy, huh? Mother killed my grandfather? Yes. As Hildaya's power kept growing, more and more good witches were corrupted through her influence on the Tenebrarium. I tried to stop her, but she was already lost to reason. Hildaya wanted to take Angiel for the witches. She wanted to take revenge on the humans for what they had done to all of us. And since your father was next in line, Hildaya forced Gennaro to marry her so she would have a legitimate claim to the throne. And she did it even though she knew he loved another woman. Yeah, the very woman who sits on the throne today. Ophelia, yes. Delora nods. But then again, that in itself can be questionable because that might be Roz's cursed influence on the whole matter. Because it's like, did Gennaro really love Ophelia? Or was it just his deal with that witch in order for him to marry into the royal family kind of thing? Delora nods. The king has always loved Ophelia? Yes. Hildaya created the fairy tale curse to punish the humans. She wanted to fuel the Tenebrarium with their hatred and anger. Parfait's voice becomes very soft. The balance between dark and light was lost. While Hildaya lived, Angiel was a place of grief. I can feel an impending headache coming. Yes, but even if what you're saying is true, Mother is dead. She's been dead for 4 years. She's asleep. She is. But for some reason, the witches are becoming more active. Garland and Julian's patrol have confirmed this. Patrols? Is that why they disappear at night? Yes. I had to cast a glamour on you so that other witches would be unable to recognize you as the princess. But it seems like they've already seen through your glamour. Yeah. They're looking for you, princess. The witches are looking for you. How ominous. What? Why? Well, particularly Mythos is looking for you. The Tenebrarium needs a bearer. A witch needs to take on that role and regulate the balance between the Lucis and the Tenebrarium. For the past few years, it's been in a state of hibernation. We believe Hildaya infused her life into the Tenebrarium to keep it stable. But now, the Tenebrarium is beginning to wake again. Yes, we believe that's why so many people are being cursed lately. The witches are preparing for their new bearer. Delora turns to me with an expression I cannot quite read. It's you. They only have to wait until you turn 18. Yes, me. The air in the room seems to disappear all at once. Princess, on your 18th birthday, your curse will break regardless of whether you complete regardless of whether you complete your 3 good deeds. And you will become the Tenebrarium bearer. You will inherit that title and that power from your mother. Impossible. My heart is racing and I feel faint. Even if Mother was a witch, I can't use magic at all. Will all halflings like you inherit their magic at 18? No, I am human. Wow, she's outright denying everything. Well, of course, because I feel like, again, this is really early on into the stages of her, like, character development, so she's not gonna take this lightly. Princess, Delora's expression is grim as she speaks. We've been watching over you for a long time, Hana. We know what sort of influence your mother had on you. The curse was a test. We needed to know that you wouldn't return Angiel to what it was when your mother was queen. We can't allow another great war to tear Angiel apart. Delora and I believe that there is still goodness left in you. You just needed a wake-up call. Thus the curse and the 3 good deeds. Yeah. We wanted you to see what you hadn't in years, to be exposed to the true reality of things. And above all, we needed to see that you were capable of 3 good deeds. I attempt to grasp the fleeting thoughts in my mind, but to no avail. I feel numb. That's it. No more secrets. Parfait's voice is gentle when she speaks to me. The future of this kingdom is in your hands. Will you follow your mother's footsteps, or will you achieve the same balance that we had before? That's a lot to put on me, you know? In one night. Okay, no matter how much I try, I am unable to sleep after my talk with Delora and Parfait. Of course not. Mother was a wicked witch, and I am the next bearer of the Tenebrarium. It all makes sense now. So many people hated me because they thought I would be just like Mother. And you very well was close to me. I feel the weight of that truth crash down on me, and it is suffocating. What am I supposed to do now? Turn your life around. I don't know. I turn to my side and bring my knees to my chest. How do I know what the truth is anymore? So what is... You ask Oprah. That's what you do. Suddenly an idea occurs to me. There's one other person who might know the truth. Is it Waltz? Waltz, yes, because he was in our childhood. He has his memories. I wonder how he's doing. I slip out of my room and make my way toward Waltz's. Waltz, are you awake? Are you okay, buddy? Are you okay? Waltz is sound asleep when I push the door to his room open. Oops, shit. He looks so small on the bed. I pause to look at the hefty amount of herbs lying on the table. Those herbs. I remember a niece once told me that they help with pain. Rumpel and Anise have given Waltz a lot of them. Dang, it's like whole stacks of painkiller right there. Thoughts of the truth of my mother retreat to the back of my mind as I remember the encounter with Varg. Waltz would never have gotten hurt if it wasn't for me. My eyes begin to sting. Hold back the tears. Cry! Cry! Just cry! Let it all out, girl. Let it all out. I don't even know. Yeah, why not? Like, show some emotions, girl. Let loose. Get in touch with your inner human heart, you know? Cry. I don't know if this is the right thing to do, but whatever. You guys already know for the past 4 rounds, we going for that bad ending all the way, girl. For the first time in years, I let my tears flow freely. I do not even know why I'm crying, and I find myself talking aloud. You said that crying doesn't make a person weak, but it certainly makes me feel that way. You're not weak. Ah, princess. Ah, Waltz! You need to sleep. God damn it. Stop it. Waltz? When did he wake up? You're the strongest person I know. Waltz's voice is soft and his words are slurred. You must be really drugged up, huh? He's clearly still under the influence of the medication he's been given, but he still continues to speak. Despite everything you've gone through, you're still standing on your own 2 feet. I cannot lie anymore. I have only been pretending to be a strong person. But I cannot do this anymore. Knowing all this time, I have been living a life full of lies. Everything is a lie. I am questioning even my mother's affections now. Another dangerously gloomy thought hangs at the brink of my mind. If mother did not care about me, that means no one did at all. I do. I care about you, Hana. Oh no! Stop! At least I made the right choice this time. God damn it. Waltz's voice begins to grow weak as his eyes flutter closed. You're tired, Waltz. You should sleep. Hana. His voice is slurred and slow, but hearing him say my name without the title somehow feels nostalgic. Please don't cry, little star. Stop. No. No. He can't hit me with 2 killer lines, okay? You can't hit me with that, I care about you, and now you're gonna give me cute pet names? No! No. Waltz closes his eyes, finally surrendering to sleep. Just smoke some more weed. Just go to bed. I take a deep breath and leave his room, closing the door quietly behind me. Oh, yes! Oh, we get a little childhood memory of it. Aw. Again, do it again. Okay. Abracadabra. Alakazam. Okay, teach me how to do it too. A magician never reveals his secret, little star. You always say that. Please. Just this one. Please, Waltz. Yeah, come on. On your birthday, I'll teach you how to do it on your birthday. Yeah, on your birthday, I'll teach you how to do it on your birthday. Promise? Promise. Which means he's gonna do it because he's promised a lot of things, and so far he's been good at keeping them. I wake slowly, the dream somehow still clear in my mind. A dream about Waltz. Was that a memory? Yes, it was. I shake my head before I glance at the clock, stopping to stare at the time. How's it already this late? Because you probably slept in the AMs, Princess? Waltz? Wow, you're up and about. The door opens and Waltz walks inside with a tray of food. He sets it down by my bedside as I stare at him in shock. You sure he doesn't just waltz into the room? Huh? Okay, I'll stop. That was bad. I'm sorry. You're finally awake. Yes. Waltz, you're supposed to be in bed. Yeah, I'm only injured, not invalid, princess. But I'm fine, princess. It's not like you to worry so much. I respond to his smile with an exasperated sigh. He will never heal properly if he does not stay in bed. I mean, I'm the one who's supposed to be, giving you breakfast in bed. Here, I wanted to give this to you yesterday. Waltz reaches behind his back and pulls out a neatly wrapped box. It looks as if he pulls it out of thin air. Aw. Another magic trick. He hands me the wrapped box. What's this? Yeah. You'll need to open it to find out. Okay. Aw, it's the doll that we wanted too! Shit. That was the doll that we were looking at in the toy shop before we decided to spend all our money to, like, the teddy bear, because I think what she was saying, how, like, the doll looks so pretty and of course it's so expensive. But she was like, if I were to get the doll, then I would have to spend all my money. This is... Yeah, you've been wanting this, haven't you? Yes. I stared down at the doll he bought for me. It is the same one that caught my eye at the shop. Yes. The reason we went to the toy shop was so that you could buy this for me? Yep. I'm glad it didn't get damaged last night. My chest tightens with emotion. These dolls are expensive. Waltz would have needed more than just his usual show tips to buy this. Why would you buy this for me? I figured you might want the extra company. Plus, you've always loved dolls, so I thought this one might cheer you up. I stare at the doll as I cradle her in my hands, my heart feeling full in my chest. Thank you. I have never gotten an unexpected gift like this before. Waltz clears his throat, and when I look up at him, I notice that his expression is somehow sad. Why? Lady Parfait told me that she and Delora told you the whole story yesterday. Oh yes. I have to apologize to you. For what? The reason why they didn't tell you earlier is because I asked that they keep it a secret. Oh. I looked down at the doll, my mouth suddenly dry. Why? Yeah, why? Because I wanted you to enjoy having a normal life, even if it was just for a short time. Aw, knowing the truth limits your freedom, I didn't want you to feel that pressure so soon. But I can see now that it was selfish of me to deprive you of the truth. I'm sorry. I clutched tighter at the doll, unable to look up at Waltz. Why would you be so kind without expecting anything in return? Kindness doesn't always need to be paid back. Aww. Yeah, that's true. When you do something for someone, they will always expect the favor to be returned. That is what Mother taught me. Well, she's wrong. She's wrong about a lot of things. From what I have experienced, no one is ever kind without expecting something in return. I don't expect anything from you in return, Princess. But how can I know for certain that you are speaking the truth? Well, you can't. No matter what someone's true intentions are, their actions are always up for a different interpretation. That is true. So it'll be up to you to judge their actions. Only you can decide whether or not to believe in me. I pull my knees to my chest, curling up around the doll. I still do not understand how you can be kind to me. You told me yourself that it was the Tenebarian bearer that cursed you. That means my mother. Yes. Your mother was the witch that took away my magic and sealed it in Neverland, but that does not mean it is your fault that I am cursed, right? Like, it was her decision. You are more than that. You are more than just Hildire's daughter, Princess. Yeah. You are your own person, and I know for a fact that you are capable of more goodness than Hildire ever was. Aw, Waltz gestures toward my necklace. You're only 2 good deeds away from breaking your curse. I would not have accomplished the first one without your help. In fact, I have done nothing to help you break your curse. To help you break your... Yeah, my voice trails off as my thoughts begin to come together. Oh, is she remembering that? Oh, wait a second. I have a box that fits that description you were telling me. Well, it's to break your curse, you need to find Tinkerbell and Neverland, right? What do they look like? Neverland is a gold box with a carving of wings on the top, and Tinkerbell is the matching key. I sit up abruptly. Oh my god! Hallelujah! Eureka! We have to go to the palace. Yes. Walt stares at me, his expression clearly perplexed. What? Why? Because I know where to find Tinkerbell in Neverland. Yes. Chapter 6? Oh no, intermission. Oh wow, and off we go to the palace. Yes? Holy shit. Oh wow. We're about to break and enter. Waltz's description of Neverland and Tinkerbell was enough to jog my memory. A long time ago, Mother gave me a box and a key that matched Waltz's earlier description perfectly. She gave me strict instructions to hide them in my room and to never let anyone else have them. I never questioned Mother's orders and kept both of the box and key tucked in one of my drawers. I'd forgotten I even had those things until Waltz mentioned them. The minute I remembered, I sent a letter to Rod requesting he help us get into the palace. I knew that our strained relationship would make it hard for him to trust me, so I emphasized the importance of the item we need to obtain. A week later, he finally came through. Now we are just outside the palace waiting for him. I mean, maybe I was gonna say, I was like, how did she manage to get a letter in through the palace without anyone catching on to that? Or unless she used like an alias and just be like, yeah, sent this to Waltz, and then once Waltz opens it, it'd be like, hey, I'm Hana. Jurin and Garland are here to protect us in case the need arises. Yeah. I glanced at Waltz, who was standing beside me, fidgeting. He has been against me coming with him ever since he found out my plans. He cannot stop me. I refuse to be left behind. Okay, you still won't change your mind about this, princess? Nope. You know the situation with the witches. It's not safe for you to be here. It is not safe for me anywhere outside the Marchen, and you know that. Besides, how do you plan on finding Neverland and Tinkerbell without me? I am the only one who knows where they are. Like I said, if you would just tell me where they are, I can go on my own. There's no need for you to put yourself in this much danger. I'm going, and you cannot stop me, Waltz. I am my own person, princess. I turned to face him fully. This is my choice, Waltz. I want to do this. For a moment, there is a silence between us as Waltz studies my expression. He eventually sighs and shakes his head. I should know by now that there's no changing your mind when you're determined to do something. Yes, just promise to stay close to me, okay? Yes. I nod absently as I feel around in my pocket for a small object, a vial that Parfait gave me before Waltz and I left for the palace. Oh, it's our smoke bomb. She said that it would help us when the need arises. It is a shame that neither Parfait nor Delora could be here due to their urgent meetings with the fairies. Jurin and Garland finally arrived with Rod. Jesus Christ. Ready? Yes, I can only nod in reply. Hopefully nothing will go wrong. Everything is gonna go wrong. Watch. We make our way through a secret passageway. I've heard of this secret passageway from the king before, but this is the first time I have ever been here. They say that this was built as an escape route should the need to evacuate the royal family arise. Yes. Only the commander of the Order of Caldera and the king know about this place. Rod, how do you even know this place? And how did you get a key? I thought that only the king and Sir Alcaster had copies. Well, Parfait had one. Yes, it was Lady Parfait who showed me this place and gave me the key. I can't leave the palace unattended on normal circumstances, so she suggested I go through here whenever I need to get to the Marchen. Then, how was she able to get a copy of the key? Magic. I don't know. You should ask her that yourself. Okay. Anyway, you haven't even told me what you needed from your room. It is an item that will break Waltz's curse. I see. Why did it take you so long to respond to my letter? Because he was like, the palace has been on high alert since last week. Oh, why? Rod stops and looks at me. The hesitation is clear in his eyes. Oh, come on. Did something happen? A week ago, the king received a letter, a warning. Oh, a letter. It said that 3 days from now, the king will be judged and convicted. His crown will be given to one more worthy. I stare at Rod with slow and understanding. 3 days from now, but that date. Oh, your 18th birthday. Yeah. I continue to stare at Rod in disbelief. This cannot be a coincidence. But a new king. Do you think someone is specifically targeting my father? We all know that royals are always in danger. Yes, but this threat has made the king especially nervous. Are the witches involved in this? Yes, probably, because it's probably Sir Mythos and Sir Alcaster with their coup. The silence that falls within the tunnels is heavy. They think there is a good chance they must be. That's why the Order of Caldera has tightened security. We continue walking in silence. Eventually, Rod points at something ahead of us. Here we are. Okay. The dim light of the tunnel illuminates a rusted door that leads to the palace. Okay, off to my room. Rod looks around warily while Waltz and I quickly duck into the shadows of a column. The guards will be doing their rounds on this side soon. We need to hurry. Right. Okay. The hallways are thankfully quiet as we traverse them. Rod did a good job of scoping out the times of patrol. Nice. Eventually, we reach my room. I stop at the door to my room, suddenly overwhelmed by nostalgia. It has been so long since I have been in my room. Is this Emmeline's room now? Nope. No, by the king's order, your room has been untouched since you were cursed. Then, what has become of this room? Well, I look at Rod in shock as he studies the door to my room with a complicated expression on his face. I think maids are sent in here to dust occasionally, but otherwise everything should be just as it was before. But why would the king keep the room as it is if he does not remember me? I turn back to the door thoughtfully, then glance at Rod. We can handle the rest. You should leave before you draw any unwanted attention. I do not want you to get in trouble. Yeah, don't worry. We will figure out a way to get back to that passage without alerting anyone. Yeah. Yeah. Come on. What? What? Yeah, what? You've changed. Ah, what do you mean by that? You never would have cared about someone else's safety before. Yes. Rod turns to leave before I can respond. Be careful. Thank you. Yeah. Ah, look at us get along. Garland and I will stand outside. Make it quick. Yes. I nod at Jurian before turning back to the door and turning the knob. I glance at Waltz and he nods at me. I take a deep breath and open the door. Ta-da! Rod told me that my room had been untouched since I left, but I was not expecting it to be like this. Nothing has changed. Not a thing out of place. Yeah. There is not even a speck of dust on the dolls on my shelves. Hana? I am confused as to why this room has been untouched. Certainly, the king would have thought to do something else with it. No. Or in the very least, he would not have maids coming in consistently to clean it. But I cannot let myself linger on the questions. I have no time for them. Yeah, exactly. We came here to find Neverland and Tinkerbell. I look at Waltz and nod. Let us start searching. Yeah. Okay. And there's no Mother or Mythos this time to, like, you know, take it away, I'm pretty sure? Yeah, come on. We can find it easily. Time passes, but I am only able to find the key. What? The box is nowhere to be found, not even in the drawer that I remembered putting it in. What? To think that you had Neverland and Tinkerbell this whole time. Have you tried searching for it in my room before? No. I have, but I didn't find anything. She must have used a glamour magic to hide it from me. Oh. I stare at the key with frustration. Yes, there it is. But where the hell is the box then? I don't understand. I'm sure it was here. Yeah, are you sure you didn't throw it away? No, I would never throw away such a beautiful box. Besides, I keep most of my things. They are all valuable to me, even if they are not outwardly beautiful. Yeah. I wouldn't have believed you if I hadn't seen this. He leans down to pluck a puppet from one of my drawers. He holds it up with a smile, and I feel my cheeks heat in embarrassment. It's a really old puppet that he probably made a long time ago. I never remembered to throw that out. Oh, whatever, girl. Waltz gazes at me thoughtfully. That's the only reason? Well, I look at the puppet in his hands and find the truth spilling out of me. I was never able to put my finger on why, but I have always liked that puppet. A smile stretches across Waltz's face. Yeah, you kept it even though I did such a bad job with the sewing. What? You made this? Yeah, huh? Of course you did. Yeah, this is the first puppet I ever made. Waltz turns the puppet in its hands, looking down on it fondly before his eyes meet mine. You were the one who taught me how to sew in the first place, you know. Well, I did? Oh, what? I was the one who taught him how to sew? I stare at the puppet. I probably kept it because you made it. Yeah, how cruel. Huh? What? Do you have any idea what you're doing to my poor heart? I'm sorry, but like, hey man, right back at you. You seem perfectly fine to me. Waltz shakes his head and sighs. Waltz? So dense. What? I am. Me, same. The knob begins to turn. Waltz and I exchange glances before we both dart to different hiding places. Whoa! Are you sure it's not just Jurian and Garland? I hide myself under the bed and he runs behind the curtains, which more easily conceals his smaller body. Whoa! Oh my god, the king! The king? What is he doing here? When the king steps inside, I notice that there is something in his hands. Oh, he probably had it, yeah, because last route, in Fritz's route, when the same plan was hatched in order to get, like, Neverland and Tinkerbell for Waltz. It was that, we recalled how the box was broken, and then she was like, oh, I meant to get it fixed, but I just keep forgetting. But except last time, it was actually Mother who stole the box because she knew, like, the significance of it. But I guess this time around, it was the king who took it because he was like, he realizes that it was broken, and so he's like, oh, I might as well just fix it. And I don't know why, but it's important to me. Yeah, when the king steps inside, I notice that there's something in his hands. The box! Yeah. There it is. That's the box, but why does he have it? I look at Waltz and he gives me a small nod, affirming that it is indeed Neverland. Who's there? Oh, wow. You're very good. You're very perceptive. Hello. Show yourself now if you don't want to get hurt. The king unsheathed his sword. Wow, he just goes walking around with it, huh? What should we do? I look at Waltz, who signals to me to stay in place. He mouths something, and I think he might be saying that he means to find a way to get us out. Is Waltz going to sacrifice himself again? Will he be alright? Should I trust him? Stay, reveal myself. We should trust him. I think we should trust him. I mean, yeah, sure, why not? Yes, just do it. No. I mean... But the thing is that the king already seen us before, right? We sort of briefly met, and he was like, oh yeah, you're that peasant, but he only remembers us as that peasant girl who, like, he gave money to, but... Fine, just stay. Just trust him. I nod at Waltz. He steps out of the curtains and raises his hands in surrender. Forgive me, your majesty. Oh, I know you. You were Hildy's apprentice, Waltz, was it? Oh, I remember then that Waltz had worked for Mother, so naturally the king would know who he was. Right! I keep forgetting about it's like us in terms of like if the king would know us, but also the king would know him as well because yeah, he was an apprentice. It's been a while, your majesty. I'm honored you still remember me. Yeah, you haven't changed, not at all. Yeah, I don't know in what terms you're saying that in, but yeah, quite literally. So Hilda really did curse you for betraying her. Betraying her? Betraying her how? Well, yeah, he like went to the good side, quote quote. The king places his sword back in its scabbard. I have no idea what you are doing here now, but the king surprises us both by getting down on one knee and bowing to Waltz. Oh, whoa, your majesty, you shouldn't. I was never able to thank you after the war, so thank you. You did so much for our kingdom, Waltz. Wow. So thank you. We owe you our lives. If only all witches were as good as you. Well, there's Delora. Come on now. The king stands once again, his posture stiff and straight. There are more of us than you think, your majesty. Right? I am lost. What are they talking about? Because we did learn from Delora in Fritz's route that Waltz was a major player in terms of bringing peace to Angiel in the war. So he's like, yeah, I didn't do it for the kingdom. Waltz turns to look at me suddenly, a small smile on his face. Oh, I did it for her. Oh no! Stop! But I did the right choice. I made the right choice. I trusted him. Her? Who are you talking about? Waltz nods his head at me. Okay, it's alright, Hannah. Okay, here I come. I slide out of my hiding place and stand in front of the king. It has been months since I last saw him. The king's eyes widen as he looks at me. You're that girl from the gates. Yes, it is. You remember me. It is more like I find it impossible to forget you. What? I have a lot of questions for the two of you, but the most important is why you are both in this room. Regardless of the fact that I know you, Waltz, you have still broken into the palace. Yeah, sorry. We would not have done it if we did not have to. I steel myself for further scolding when the king turns to look at me. That box you are holding, we need it to break Waltz's curse. Yeah, how did you come to have it, your majesty? The king looks down at the box, as if only noticing it for the first time. Oh, I was in this room the other day and noticed a chip on the side of the box. I took it to get it fixed. Oh, a chip. I did drop it once a while back, but did not think to get it fixed myself. Oh, why would you do that? The king looks around the room, a faraway look in his eyes. This room is special to me, though I do not know why. Yes, I feel like this room and I are both waiting for someone to return, and everything must be perfect when they do. I feel my chest tighten even as the king huffs out a derisive laugh. Yeah. Derisive? Oh my god. English! What am I saying? He cannot miss me when he does not remember me. He can't. Right? In his heart he does, but he just doesn't know why, you know. But if this box is all that you require, Waltz, you may have it. Yes, thank you. It's the least that I can do after all you have done for us. The king holds out the box to Waltz, who reaches out to take it. Oh, thank you, your majesty. Oh, look who we have here. Ah, is it Varg? We all freeze at the sound of the new voice. I turn and find an all too familiar figure leaning against the doorway, a mischievous grin on his face. Either Varg or Mithros. Ah, it's Varg, yes. What a sweet little reunion. Varg? What the hell are you doing here? Chapter 6? Chapter 6 Betrayals. Oh no! Who's betraying who? What? Varg, yes. I told you I'd come back for you, didn't I? Yes. Oh no. Varg taps his cane on the floor, creating a shockwave of powerful energy that blasts us all across the room. But dude, I am back in the palace. Like, what's the whole point of you coming back here now? The impact of the magic forces me against the wall. Ow. I collapse to my knees, pain thrumming in my head. The king collapses somewhere nearby, and I hear the crack of the box as it lands on the ground a few feet away from us. Waltz holds out his hand. I take it, and he helps me back to my feet. Yeah. Hannah, are you alright? Yes, I am. Yes. Hannah? The king looks at me quizzically, but his gaze does not linger. He looks toward Varg, his eyes narrowed. Did the king remember who I was? No, not really. He's just like, why does this sound so familiar? Your Majesty, are you hurt? The king shakes his head at Waltz before turning his attention to Varg, his eyebrows furrowed. Hey now, who is this man? Yeah, what the hell? Your Majesty, this person is working for the Wicked Witches. What? Yes. Wait, what happened to Jurian and Garland? They were just outside the door. What did you do to them? Yes. Varg cocks his head to the side. Who? The guards just outside this door. I am sure that they must have hid themselves when they saw the king coming to this room, but they still should have been able to see Varg coming. Guards? I'm afraid I don't know what you're talking about, princess. What? Varg seems like he's telling the truth, but I cannot trust him. Please, let them be safe. Yeah, where the hell did they go? I see Neverland a few feet from us. I can try to grab it, but Varg will probably thwart my attempt with magic. I have to wait for an opening. I'll distract him. While I do that, the both of you need to run. What? I eye Varg. He looks at the three of us with his lips slightly quirked, as if he is amused. This isn't the time to argue with me, Hannah. Listen to him, stay with him. I want you to stay with you, my boy. No. I'm going to not listen to you. I don't think so. No. Stay with him. No. Hannah, we must prioritize the king's safety. I will help you. I do not know how, but I must do something, right? But we are in this together, Waltz. I am not going to run away while you sacrifice yourself for us. Right? Waltz's disapproval is clearly written on his face, but he eventually sighs out, seeming to let it go. Yes! You're too stubborn for your own good. I know. So I've been told. Yes, I turn to the king and place a hand on his shoulder. Your Majesty, leave this to us. You have to escape somewhere safe. Yeah, right? This does not involve the king. It is me that Varg wants after all. Yeah, exactly. The king shakes his head as he removes my hand from his shoulder. He stands up and moves in front of us before pulling his sword from his sheath. Of course he's like, no, I'm not gonna go either. No one's going. Your Majesty. He's like, what kind of a king would I be if I stood back and allowed 2 children to protect me? Well, he's not exactly a kid, but like, still. It's like, yeah, your mind just works that way. Varg looks amused by our conversation. You know that I'm not letting you get away with this. I'm not letting you get away this time, princess. It doesn't matter who stands in my way. Oh my god, father, his cane is enchanted. You cannot hold him with just a blade. Father? Oh, this is the tongue. Ooh, my bad. I'm at a loss for words. It has been a long time since I called him that. Much to my surprise, the king's lips pull into a soft smile. You said that at the gates that one day when you were seeking an audience with me. I have not been able to forget that day. Before I can say anything in return, a familiarly smooth voice breaks the ensuing silence. Here comes Mithros. Oh, I wonder where all these voices are coming from. Oh, it's Mithros. Yes, there he is. A familiar man steps into the doorway. He inspects everyone in the room quietly. Mithros! Oh god, of course the king still trusts him. Your Majesty? Quickly, summon the knights. We have an intruder in the palace. He gestures at Varg, who looks unperturbed. An intruder, you say? I see none. Yes. Sir Mithos turns to Varg. At first, his expression is impassive, but then slowly his lips begin to edge into a sly smile. Yeah, you're such a ruffian, Varg. Look at all this property destruction. I can only gape at Sir Mithos in shock. If he knows Varg, then he most certainly affiliated. If he knows Varg, then he is most certainly affiliated with the witches. Yes, he is a witch himself. You know this man? Explain yourself, Mithros. We are all thrown off guard by Sir Mithos' laughing. Soon his laugh becomes a mad cackle. There is a strange brightness in his eyes that sends shivers down my spine. My apologies, Your Majesty. I am just amused at my servants' atrocious behavior. At ease, Varg. Sir Mythos gestures at Varg a silent command to lower his cane. Varg obeys. Ah, no! No, don't do that. Varg obeys him before moving to a corner of the room and leaning against the wall with disinterest. Don't worry, Your Majesty. You're not the one we're after. Oh, of course it's me. What? Sir Mythos turns his sly smile on me, and I instinctively take a step back. The princess is the lady we need to escort. Yeah. Escort? Princess? This girl is a princess? Yes, that is correct. It is a shame you can't remember your own daughter, even though she stands right in front of you. My daughter? Enough with your vagueness. Explain yourself. The king's grip on the hilt of his sword tightens. I am not obliged to explain everything to you. Try thinking on your own for a change, Your Majesty. Wow, Mythos! Insubordination! Sir Mythos ignores the king's outburst and turns his attention to Waltz. And of course he's gonna hate this guy. He visibly stiffens and his sly smile contorts into a grimace. And look who we have here! I see that the traitor has returned to the palace. Waltz stares at him, looking puzzled. Sir Mythos tilts his head to the side and offers Waltz a lopsided smile. Oh, so you still look the same as you did back then. I did not think it was possible for you to grow any weaker, Waltz Cresswell. Yeah. Mythos, I see, yeah. Waltz suddenly looks melancholy as he stares at Sir Mythos. Waltz, what is going on? Yeah, this man's real name is Myth, and he is a witch, same as me. It appears that he has been using a powerful glamour to conceal his real identity. If I hadn't been cursed, I would have been able to tell right away. Yeah, I would not give yourself so much credit, Cresswell. Yeah, stop, keyboard. Waltz narrows his eyes but says nothing. I glance between the two of them, confused. But how do you know him? We were students together under your mother. He secretly worked for your mother, practically worshipped her. I was the only other person who knew of his existence as a witch outside of the Tenebrarian Bearer. A witch? I trusted you, Mythos. Yeah, the king says the words through gritted teeth, his face contorted in anger. Sir Mythos flicks a wrist. It is a dismissive gesture, and he still looks amused. Well, what a hypocrite you are, Your Majesty. He eyes Waltz. You're willing to play nice with some witches but not others? This bias is what drove us witches to madness in the first place. Oh, Sir Mythos faces the king with a grin. You human hypocrites are so easy to manipulate, it is pathetic. Mythos! How dare you smack-talk me! The king charges toward Sir Mythos with his sword held high. Oh, Your Majesty, don't! Oh, God. Ah, man. Jesus. The king's sword never touches Sir Mythos. Of course not. Sir Mythos only has to hold out his hand, and suddenly an invisible force pushes the king back. He crashes into one of my shelves, knocking down my dolls. Your Majesty! I quickly run to his side to help him up. Thankfully, he does not seem to have any major wounds. Maybe just a big, huge bump in the head, but it's okay. To think that there was a witch working in the palace the whole time. And not the good kind of witch either. I know. I was too careless. Well, yeah. Rejoice, Your Majesty. I still have more surprises for you. I will never forgive this betrayal, Mythos. Aha, betrayal. I'm afraid you have been played for a fool this entire time. He was Your Majesty, yes. My loyalty has always been reserved for Lady Hildyr and no one else. Yeah, he was like, I was never loyal to you. Myth, I can't imagine what you would hope to gain from all this. Hildyr is long gone. He's like, that's what you think? Sir Mythos' eyes flash as he turns a severe glare on Waltz. His voice is seething with venom when he speaks. Yeah. Had it not been for you, traitor, she would still be here. The king mentioned Waltz's betrayal. Sir Mythos called him a traitor. What exactly did Waltz do? Sir Mythos beckons me forward with a gesture of his hand. Now if you please, princess, come with us if you don't want them to get hurt. No. Waltz immediately stands in front of me. I won't let you take her. Well, in your current form, you don't stand a chance. I will make certain that you never break your curse, Waltz. No, the box! This whole thing was a setup, a trap. I'm sorry, Waltz, this is my fault. No, it was mine. The reason we came was to break my curse. My eyes once again flit to the box on the floor. Neverland is just a few steps away from me. Neverland! Oh, God! Waltz's eyes follow mine to the box. He leans back and whispers to me. You have to get the box and break my curse. I feel for the key inside my pocket. If Waltz's true magic is indeed sealed in that box, then releasing it might give us a chance at victory. And Mythos and Varg do not seem to have caught on to the fact that the object that will break Waltz's curse is right at their feet. Okay, let's do this. We're gonna bum rush them. The king moves to stand beside Waltz and draws his sword again, his body a shield. Okay, Your Majesty, I will not let you take this girl. You will have to go through me first. Oh God, you can't do this. He's like, Ahana, I've always loved that name. I thought if I ever had a daughter, I would give her that name. Hey now, but I am your daughter, and you'd have given me that name. Magic makes even the impossible possible. You must truly be my daughter, yes? Yes. Tears start to blur my vision. Oh my God, is the king gonna die this time? Oh my God. Oh no! Damn it, keyboard, no. Hold on. Oh, how disgustingly touching. It seems as if I will just have to deal with you first. Oh no. Okay. No! Oh my God, did he cast Avada Kedavra? I rush toward the box at the same moment Mythos casts his spell. Ugh. Varg lunges toward me, his hands reaching for me. But he is too late. By the time he grabs me, I have already inserted the key into Neverland. Wow, I give it one definite twist and hear the click of the box as it pops open. Wow, she has such accuracy for that. She's just like, ah, I would have missed that shit. Whoa! White flashes through the room, blinding me. Suddenly, I feel a strong arm around me, holding me tightly, protectively. When I open my eyes, it is Waltz I see. Even several years older, I still recognize him. Right. Nice! Oh. Your glove! Oh wait, no, it's just a really awkward angle. Waltz? Hey there, little star. Oh, shut up! Seems like the tide has turned, Myth. Hehehe! Guess who's back in business? Waltz grins, and I see confidence in his expression that I have never seen before. Sir Mythos' frown has only become more severe. Fool! I will show you that I was the favorite apprentice. Okay. Be careful not to hurt the princess, Mythos. Yeah, Varg's voice is almost teasing, but Sir Mythos does not seem to care. I didn't plan on it. Sir Mythos gestures his hand in a sweeping gesture. The beginnings of a spell gather at his fingertips. Waltz looks at me and smiles reassuringly. Now, when I say that I can protect you, Hana, I definitely can. Okay. Woo! Waltz holds out his hand just before Sir Mythos' magic reaches us. An invisible barrier suddenly appears in front of us, thwarting Sir Mythos' magic. Haha. Ha! Didn't expect that. Seems like I'm not as rusty as I thought I would be. Nice. Waltz snaps his fingers and effortlessly creates a dark wave that pushes both Sir Mythos and Varg to the wall. Ugh! Let's go. Okay. Woo! Let's go. Where's Garland and Jurian though? What do we do now? What do? The Order of Caldera. They are sworn to an oath of protection. We can rely on them. Nope, we can. Waltz glances down the hallway, his mouth drawn to it in a tight line. I see clear suspicion in his eyes. I look back at the king. The knights should have been here by now. Surely such a commotion should have brought them running. Now I know why Waltz is staring down the hallway. He is searching for the knights that I meant to pass through here. There is no possible way that they did not hear the skirmish in my bedroom. Yeah, where the hell is everybody? Where's Jurian? Where's Garland? Where's anybody? The three of us push onward. I stand between the king and Waltz, waiting. I am not entirely sure what I am waiting for, but I can feel the tension in the air. We only stop moving when a voice cuts through the silence. Your Majesty! Oh no, it's not him. I don't want to see him either. Sir Alcaster stops before us with a group of knights. His face is impassive at best. Waltz takes a step back as Sir Alcaster looks to the king. The king is quiet for a few moments, his eyebrows drawn together in a terse expression. He finally speaks. I am about to declare a state of emergency. Where have you been? Aha. He's here to capture us. Seize them. Yeah, see? Ugh. My eyes are still on the knights in front of us when I hear footsteps from behind us. I am nonplussed when a dozen knights appear from the shadows and surround us. I look for Fritz in the cluster of knights, but he is not here because he is Varg. The knights stare at him. The king stares at him. The king stares around him, baffled. What is the meaning of this? It's a coup. Could this be the reason why? What is happening? What is that voice? We all turn to watch the dining room doors open. Ophelia enters with Emmeline and Rod. Several knights trail behind and flank them on either side, giving them no room to escape. Rod notices me and stares in shock but says nothing. Gennaro, yes. The minute she sees the king, she calls his name and attempts to run toward him. The knights only need to raise their swords and block her path to stop her. Oh god. Well then, I think that takes care of all the intruders. But where's Jurian and Garland? Though I am not happy that two managed to escape. Oh, they ran out. Two, Jurian and Garland? If they manage to escape, they might be able to get reinforcements. Yeah. The king will be judged and convicted. His crown will be given to one more worthy. Oh, I see. Yes, he is the one who sent the letter. It was you who sent that letter, Alcaster. Yes, that is correct. Now, if you want to protect your family, you will hand over your crown. The king shakes with anger. Was this yours and Mythos' plan all along, to take down this kingdom at its heart? Yes. Sir Alcaster snorts and crosses his arms. Do not clump me together with that snake. Both of us have different goals. It just so happens that we both needed to be rid of you. What? Cause yeah, Mythos needed to be rid of the king because then he could bring in Mother, and then Sir Alcaster thinks that wasn't the case, like Mother didn't exist, but like he needed to get rid of the king because he wants the crown for himself. But like obviously Myth is like, no, hell no. You are a weak king, General. The kingdom of Angiel needs someone who will rule with an iron fist. You are too soft, and so your subjects have become too dependent on the kingdom. Then how do you propose I run my kingdom? Right? By instilling fear. Oh my god. There is no place for fear in this kingdom. It is the ruler's obligation to assuage the fears of his people. I cannot believe that you would do this, Sir Alcaster. I can. Alcaster looks at me with disinterest. Yeah. Hana, correct? I have no business with you, but I suppose Mythos does. Yes. Uh-huh. We have been backed into a corner. What do we do? Waltz, any ideas? I feel for my pocket, my hand touching the smooth surface of a vial. I can still remember the potion that Parfait gave me before we left. Oh, yes! Crack, smash it! I had forgotten I had this with me. Right. Parfait told me to use the potion if we found ourselves in a difficult situation. She said it would give us time to escape. Now's the time, then! She did not even tell me what it does. Well, you're just gonna have to find out. I glanced at Waltz, who was eyeing the knights quietly. Yeah, quietly. But it is also possible that Waltz would be able to do something about the situation with his magic. We should use Parfait's potion. I mean, she gave it to us for a reason, right? And like, we can totally have Waltz as backup if he needs to. Like, why not? Like, I don't want to rely on him too much. Like, he just got back, you know? He needs some time. Use Parfait's potion. I reach into my pocket and slip the vial out. I open my fingers just long enough for Waltz to see it, right? He gives me a subtle nod before turning his attention to Sir Alcaster, who is still speaking with the king. I will make you regret your actions, Sir Alcaster. Pah! I throw the vial to the floor. The moment it shatters, a blinding white light envelops the room, forcing my eyes to close. Waltz grasps my hands and pulls me away. Don't let them escape! Yes, I hear a few grunts from the knights as Waltz begins to barrel his way through them. Blech! Waltz leads me into the throne room. We have all somehow made it out. Rod stands in between Ophelia and Emmeline. Rod must have pretty good eyes to be able to lead them both out of there in all that chaos, right? Or he has really good sense. Good job back there, Hana. I never realized you had a potion. Yeah, Parfait gave it to me before she left on her urgent meeting. Yes! It's a good thing then. You saved me by using it, you know? Using a more complicated spell would have drained my energy. Yeah, see? Like, the man just got back. Like, come on. Like, take it easy. Why is this happening? Oh, Emmeline. Emmeline's eyes are filled with tears. Ophelia takes her into her arms and rubs her back in an effort to calm her. This is my fault. How could I have not foreseen this? Well, Jurian was right about him. I should have listened to her. Yes, this is not your fault, Your Majesty. We don't have much time. We need to escape and tell Lady Parfait about this. It sounds like Jurian and Garland were able to escape. It is possible they will soon bring reinforcements. Yeah. Rod, you know these people? Yes. Rod is silent for a few moments before nodding to her. Yes, they're my friends. Aw, friends. Chingus! Rod just shrugs at me. More than likely, he just wants us to play along. Yes. Waltz paces the room, his arms crossed as he tries to think of something. Waltz? I haven't done this in a long time, but I can try to open a portal that leads back to the Marchen. Oh my god, witches can do that? Well, powerful witches can. Only the most practiced witches. It only works if they have a clear image of where they want to go. So you can do it. Oh jeez, I can. I was taught by your mother after all. Oh wow, okay. Okay, here we go. Don't strain yourself. Walt starts waving his hand in front of him as he conjures a spell to open the portal. But the portal disappears as soon as it appears and fades again. Whoa, damn it. They're coming, Waltz. Oh god, I'm doing my best, princess. I know, I'm so sorry! Like, so much pressure! After just getting your magic back. Waltz tries to cast a spell again. This time, the opening appears and stays. Okay, I did it. Okay, cool. But this won't open. Bleh, this won't be open for long. Jesus. Your Majesty, you must go first. No, let Ophelia and the children go first. Yes. Waltz nods as he ushers Ophelia and Emmeline into the portal. Though Rod is reluctant to step inside, I force him into the portal before me. I can't keep the portal open much longer, Hana. I can manage one more person before I need to recast it. Your Majesty, you must go. Right? Go, 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 go. No. What? What? Why? I do not have any intentions of leaving. To leave this palace is to abandon my kingdom. Oh, I will not flee like a coward. I will protect my throne until my last breath. But that would be suicide. He will not kill me. He may have managed to sway the order, but I have the people on my side. Okay, killing me will cause an uprising, and that is the last thing he will want. But if the king escaped, he would be able to fight from the outside. The castle and his crown are symbols, but he is in danger if he stays here alone. I glance at Waltz and notice him paling. I can tell the magic is sapping his strength, making him weaker. I ball my hands into fists. I cannot leave the king here by himself. He is the king, and I am the crown princess. Waltz, you will come back for me, right? What are you? Push him! Before he can react, I put my hands on his back and push him with all the strength I can muster. Bye, girl. See ya in a bit. Waltz stares at me in horror as he falls into his portal. Bye. I'm sorry. Waltz disappears and the portal collapses in on itself, leaving me with the king. Both my mind and heart are numb as the knights approach, ready to surround us. Oh boy. It's just me and you, Dad. The king and I sit on the floor with our hands tied behind our backs. There are 2 knights standing by the door to watch over us. I look at the king, who remains as quiet and solemn as before. He has been so calm. Does he have a plan? Why is it that you chose to stay with me? I am surprised when he finally breaks the silence. Because there are questions I need answers to. Besides, I cannot just leave you here. I have many things I need to ask you. King Gennaro falls silent as he stares at me. The gold of his eyes clearly reflects my own. I had never realized how similar our eyes were. Oh yeah, we got your eyes. Is it true? Are you really my daughter? Yes. Yes, I was given the fairy tale curse and turned into a peasant. My title was stolen from me and from the minds of the people. No one remembers who I am anymore. Cinderella? Yes. Ah, yes. How did you know? I've noticed the glass slipper necklace on your neck, but the other slipper seems to be missing. But the other slipper seems to be missing a piece. Yeah. A piece. Oh yeah, we got our second good deed. Hey! I look down and stare at the second slipper. My eyes widen when I notice that the piece is bigger. Wow! We got 2 pieces! Wow, all in like the span of 2 chapters. But when did this happen? When we stayed, I guess? I consider and recall the moment I broke Waltz's curse. Oh, well, maybe. Oh yeah, maybe that. Was it when I broke Waltz's curse? This means I only have 1 more deed left to complete, but my birthday is tomorrow. Yeah, are you alright? Yes, I am yes, I am. Oh yeah, yes, I am just, worried. Yes. You have been through much today. Try and get some rest. You must reserve your energy. Well, how am I supposed to do that now that I'm, like, bound? I just fall asleep like this? I am unsure what he means, but either way, there is no way I could possibly sleep now, right? At least, this is what I tell myself, but as minutes pass by, I feel my eyes getting heavier. Wow! So I managed to accomplish it. Eventually, I drift into a dreamless sleep. Hana, you must wake up. Well, where are we? You're the one who told me to sleep, and now you're waking me up. What's happening? I blink a few times, and when I come to, I find that I am leaning on the king's shoulder. I fell asleep. Wow. The king glances back to the door, his eyes narrowed slightly as he takes a deep breath. What? It is time to go. What? I turn toward the front doors and realize that the knights guarding the room are missing. They will be back soon. We must hurry. What? Where? What are we doing? I am surprised when the king pulls out of the ropes that were binding him. He holds a small knife in his hands. Wow! How long has he been out of his bindings? Dang, you're still like crafty. When did you free yourself? I think I have been sorely underestimated. I have been trained just as well as the knights. It goes without saying that I could get myself out of bindings. I am not so weak that I need to depend on others to protect me. Oh, wow. It sounds like something I would say. But where did you get the knife? They made sure to check anything we had that could have been a weapon, right? Would it suffice to say that I pulled it from a hidden spot? Not many people would think to look in a person's boots. Oh. The king leans down to cut my bindings, then lowers himself to the ground. His fingers brush the floor. What are you doing? Secret! Lever thing! Secret hatch! Yes, let's go to the secret hatch. Finding the keyhole. Ah, here we are. He pulls a small key from his pocket and fits it into a crevice in the floor. The floor gives a gentle, audible rumble. The king pulls the tile from the floor, revealing a hidden staircase. Wow! So many secret passageways. There was a hidden staircase here, in the floor? Yes, an escape route, if one were ever needed. Only I know of its existence. Oh. Now we must go before they return. Yes! My goodness! I nod and follow after him. The king sets the panel in place as we descend down into darkness. The floor rumbles once more as the hidden pathway closes behind us. Wow! Both of us walk in silence for some time. The only sound we hear are the echoes of our footsteps. I am behind the king, staring at his back. He seems to have already recovered from his earlier injury. Or he could just be pretending that he is alright. Yeah. How's your back? It doesn't hurt as much now. Thank you for asking. Aw, silence ensues once again. This is getting awkward. Maybe I should say something. Stay silent, say something. I should say something. Say something. I'm giving up on you. Say something. I cannot stand the silence any longer and speak up before I lose my nerve. I'm sorry. Yeah, why are you apologizing? Because I have done nothing but caused you trouble. Rod told me once that when I disappeared, the king was the happiest he'd ever been. Yes, because I was not there. I'm sure if you had given the chance to forget me or not, you would have chosen to forget me. Oh no. No, it feels like I have been the cause of your pain, not the other way around. Well, I made the right choice though. Yay. I feel as if I should be the one apologizing. I have been wondering for a while. If you are indeed my daughter, why do you address me by title? Do you not call me father? Well, I stop in my tracks and turn away. It has been years since I called you that. You were never there for me, so I stopped considering you my father. A deafening silence falls upon us. Yay, a little bonding heart-to-heart moment with father and daughter. I am sorry. Can you tell me why you distanced yourself from me? The king looks at me silently, with something like regret in his eyes. I want to slap myself for my foolish question. My apologies. I forgot that you do not remember me. You know, I have learned many things since I have been cursed. But the things that I have learned do not answer my questions. I had thought that by staying here, I would finally chance upon some answers, some truth. I have always thought that only Mother loved me because you were never there for me. I am sorry I cannot give you the answers you seek. Well, I can't understand why you would hate me. I am a witch's daughter, after all. Hildire, do you know what transpired in the past? Yeah, you mean with Mother? Yes. Hildire threatened to kill the person I loved if I did not marry her. She threatened to kill Ophelia. The king looks down, his face contorted with anger. Yeah. Parfait said that Mother already broke their rules long before she took over the kingdom. Her hands were already stained with blood. Yeah, I won't let any more of my loved ones die in her hands. I had no choice back then. I married her because I refused to let her hurt Ophelia. I hated that woman for ruining my life and my kingdom. I know, yeah, I mean, you have every right to. I recall when he thanked Waltz for saving the kingdom. Can you tell me who Waltz is? Yeah, it's Waltz. He was Hildire's apprentice. He was powerful, considered the second strongest among the witches. Really? Wow. He was a child prodigy. That is why Hildire ordered his family killed when they refused to give him to her. Whoa, Waltz did not find out about that until much later. Whoa, that is just sting. Mother killed Waltz's family. I cannot believe this. Just how many lives did she take? When he did find out, he betrayed Hildire. He divulged her plans to the fairies and helped them defeat her. Oh, okay. I mean, he has every right to betray her, Jesus. I gave him a copy of the key to the secret tunnel so that he could deliver it to the loose bearer. Oh, so that's how they got the key. Oh, so that is how Parfait got the copy of the key. Then Hildire cursed him for betraying her. Yeah. I do not know how you two know each other, but it is fairly obvious to me that he's loyal to you and cares about you. Yeah. He was the type of person that expressed that loyalty plainly, so I can tell. I do not know why the king decided to comment on such a thing, but my cheeks are suddenly warm. You care for him. I do. Do I? Yeah, you do, girl. You're just denying it. You're not realizing it yet. He is a good man. How did we even get to this conversation? It was one Waltz, that's why. The two of us are still walking when the king suddenly stops and I nearly bump into him. What? Ah, here we are. This should bring us into a passage that leads into the gardens. I follow his gaze into a rusty door. What? He slowly approaches the door. Okay. Stay close to me. Okay. I nod at him. Okay. He turns the knob and pulls open the door. Okay. What? That's... the king and I can only gape at the sight in front of us. It is the last thing we expect to see behind the door. Mother. Oh, we stumbled upon the chamber. The Chamber of Secrets. Chapter 7, The Witch and the Crystal. Whoa! Oh my god! Okay, so there we have it. Oh my god. So that wraps up chapters 5 and 6. And that I will be leaving the episode here, you guys, in which we can do chapters 7 and 8 in the next episode. Holy crap, so many things has happened. Oh my god, we broke Waltz's curse. He's back in business, and then we got a little bonding moment with our father, and now both father and daughter have discovered the deep dark secrets of the palace, in which mother is alive and well, and she's just encapsulated in this crystal, and that she's not dead after all. So we need to find out what's gonna happen from there, and our little self-sacrifice in which we push Waltz through the portal, and we're like, bye girl. Anyways, yes, so tune in next time in order to see what will happen. I'm super excited. I can't wait for that. But for now, I'm gonna see you until then. So, bye!